Guys, before I get into the dark and depressing part of this video, I wanted to show you I went and splurged on a bunch of markers from Walmart. And there's like 2 sets of every color in here for some reason. They're like 10 bucks, but now I get colors to fill in my sketchbook with. So I was really excited about that. Even though it does bleed through the paper, and that's annoying because I can't use both sides of the paper if I don't want one side to be ruined. So, to begin with, I think that I set my goals too high and I expected too much of myself. And that takes a lot to admit because I have a very hard time asking for help, a very hard time coming to terms with the fact that I can't handle things. And that stresses me out even more, so I'm more unable to handle things. So when I set out to do these different element cycles, I expected a lot out of myself, but I didn't necessarily have a plan. So for the first several days of this month, whereas last month was working really well and everything seemed to be going accordingly and very, very nicely, as opposed to this month, for the first few days I'm floundering and I'm just filled with confusion and there's no drive, I guess. I just feel like I'm exhausted with even thinking about trying to do anything centered on it, which is, it's really sad thing to say because I was really excited about doing these things. And I guess that in a couple days it could come back and then I can finish out my month and things could work well. But also I think that it's kind of a lesson to me that I did just expect too much out of myself. And I was going through my lists. I'm a Virgo. I make lists. There's lists all over that wall over there on my corkboard. I was going through my list and I actually started crossing off a bunch of stuff that have been on there for 6 months or more. And it wasn't anything focused on what I'm trying to accomplish this month, but it was a lot of really important stuff that I have been working on and trying to get done for a very long time. So all in all, it's been very productive, but not necessarily in the way that I wanted it to be. And these last few days, I have also been extremely depressed, extremely anxious, stressed out beyond belief, which even, as I said the other day, shows in my nightmares because I constantly am dreaming about being at work and losing my job and crashing my car, and just everything is super just piling up on me right now. And I don't know what it is necessarily that is making right now a very difficult time for me, because some days I am sad enough to not get out of bed, sad enough to, want to hurt myself at work, and it's been really hard. So with that going on, it can be really hard to concentrate on what I want to do for good and progressive things. And then I just, as I said, I kind of realized that I put too much pressure on myself to do something. And I put too many expectations on myself, I guess. And as I said, the passion might come back in a few days for me to want to pick it back up and try and do something, but this month is just not going as smoothly as last month with this element, and it's very confusing and frustrating that nothing is going very well. So I don't know. I might just take some more time to work with myself and try and be more calm. I think the giant energy shift too was kind of different, whereas with the earth cycle was kind of calming and grounding and plan ahead and think through things and don't move too fast. And then I went straight into fire, which is kind of the exact opposite of that. Initiate, be fiery, do things, get things done, just go for stuff rather than sitting back and thinking about it for a while. And now I completely understand why I am an earth sign. Because I've always thought to myself, why did I happen to be an earth sign? I feel so much more like a water sign. And then I went through this cycle, and now I completely understand why I'm an earth sign, and fire just doesn't jive with me as much. At least right now. It's very conflict of interest type situation right now. And my boyfriend is a fire sign, and we get along great. But honestly, he doesn't really act like a fire sign, to be honest. But in all seriousness, it's not going well. So I might have to revisit fire later on and maybe just take a little longer to... I don't want to say that because I feel like there's a lot of things that I need fire inspiration for. And a lot of things that I need to get done and just push myself to do, but at the same time, it's breaking down my psyche inside. Really bad. So, I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm struggling a lot right now. I hope anybody can relate. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I'm feeling like a complete failure that my cycle is not working, just so you know. This is me admitting that to everyone. So, that's where my head is at right now, and I don't know really what to say about it other than that. I hope that it comes back and I'm excited to do this again, or we might just kind of go through this month and start up another element next month. I'm not sure. So, hope everybody is having a good day, and I'll see you later.